Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Descent, Journeys in the Dark, 2nd edition and the Road to Legend app, where we're playing the campaign Rise of All Goblins, and we're here on what is turn 5. Right, so we've set it up as it is down here. We've got a few Mariads and we've got a few rat swarms. We went through that last turn. So we'll just press continue. And we've got to place 2 search tokens as shown. So there's one here, just at the front of the master rat swarm. And there's another here, just at the side of the master rat swarm. So I'll just put those in. And there we go. We've placed those. So just press continue. Setup complete, and we've got to slay the Mariads. Coolness. Right, so let's get back to the actual board and let's get cracking. And here we are. Just taking a bit of a look at the layout. What we've got here, we have got this actual statue that it's told us about. Now, this is all bordered by a red line. Similarly, there are a couple of red lines that were in here. And what they were it was places where nobody can go. There are obstacles, nobody can go there. Not that we've gone across them, we haven't, but it's a really good thing to remember. Why is it a good thing to remember? Because it's going to affect the movement of these guys. Not so much the rat swarms, that are 2 space monsters, but these 4 space monsters, the Mariads, they're going to have a lot of trouble because they can't move through here either. So I think what's important is we get somebody up here, because we don't want the Mariads like here, for example. So if we can move a few people into here, we don't even have to have them next to each other, just enough so these Mariads have got to sort of line up to get to us, so they can't really rush us. Now, we may get rushed by the rat swarms, but I certainly don't want the Mariads all over us. Now, it's not going to be completely successful because the Mariads have obviously got tentacles and they've got reach, which makes it a bit of a pain. But it'd be even more of a pain if there were 2 of them right next to each other, for example. If we had a situation where they were like this. No, thank you. We don't want that. So if we can get somebody up here to stop them doing that, that's great, because obviously you can't stand in a place of an enemy model. Additionally, we want to get some hits in early. Now, the best way for not having the Mariads lining up on us is to kill one of them. So that's what we're going to try to do. And our first player is going to be Leoric. But before he takes any actions, yes, we're going to hand over to the Terranoth 2-time Reanimate Wars champion, Wrecking Ball Reg. And Wrecking Ball Reg, he's going to move 3, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and he's going to go here, right next to this Mariad. Surprisingly enough, he's going to attack. So if you remember, we've still got vampiric blood, so as well as his blue and his red, he will get a yellow die. The Mariad, let's have a check. Oh, it has a black die. So these are a bit tougher. So come on, Reggie. Ooh, so we got two there, but we got 3, 4, and a surge. And if you remember, for Reg, a surge is an extra damage. So all in all, that is 5 damage. Only 2 shields, so that means we put 3 damage on the minion Mariad, which we'll put at the side here. So that's great stuff from Reg, and that's Reggie's go. He's moved and he's attacked, except it isn't the end of Reggie's go, because the first thing that Leoric's going to do with his first action is, once again, he's going to use Fury of Undeath. He's going to exhaust the card, he's going to activate Reg again, and he is going to attack again. That's going to cost him a fatigue, and Reg is now going to attack. exactly the same as we've just done there. Come on, Reggie. Beast! Reg the Beast! He's done it exactly the same again. Except this time we've got 2 surges. Well, it can't use 2 surges to put 2 extra wounds on, but I have a feeling that Wrecking Ball Reg has done it again. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's at least another 3 damage. It is only 5 health for the minion Mariad. Reg is an absolute beast. We've got rid of that guy. Woohoo! Well done, Reggie. So, and Leoric. Leoric's Unleashed Fury of Undeath. So, brilliant. You can get rid of those because Reggie is the boy. Right. So, what to do next? So, we've still got 1 action for Leoric. So, I think what we'll do with Leoric is just going to move him up to here. So he's just going to take a move, essentially. We can still get past him, but I want people to be within 3 of him, because if you're within 3, a monster may come within 3 of Leoric. As soon as a monster's within 3 of Leoric, that means that we get -1 damage on any attacks by that monster. So we've just moved Leoric up. Not much use in doing anything else, really. He can't really fire from here, so he'd need some huge amount of range. It'd just be a waste. I suppose he could count on getting some surges, but let's just move him up 1. So that is it for Leoric and Reggie. So tap his portrait, end his turn. The rat swarms are up. So let's have a look. After this activation, each rat swarm performs a move action and retreats. Oh, right. So essentially they get an extra go, it sounds like. First up are the minion rat swarms. They engage a hero within 4 spaces of this monster with the least health remaining. Right-o. Then they engage the closest hero. Then they attack the adjacent hero with the least health remaining. So it's the minions. So this guy will be up first, number 1. First, they engage the hero within 4 spaces of this monster with the least health remaining. Well, we've got a hero figure here, which is Reg, and he's got the least health, I believe, because he's only got 4 health. And he's within 4, so 1, 2, 3. So he's within 4. So we want to leave a bit of room, I think. So I think we can do... Start here, 1. Start here, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the reason we're doing that is I think that will give us enough room for this guy to get round. Remember, they can shrink, so we just want to leave clear lanes to get our monsters through. Oh, what is interesting, I'll just mention it. You probably notice it a bit clearer over here. There's a dashed red line as opposed to a solid red line, which we've got here. What that means is, let's just move him out of the way. Here's the dashed red line here. But there's no dash here, so I don't know if you can see it in 2D. But this is essentially a ledge. And it means that the rat swarm that's here can only come down here and can come down at the end here where it's similar. There's another ledge and you can see a little ramp. So it just means that the rat swarm can't come across here, for example, because it's a dashed red line. It has to come down. One of the ramps. Similarly here, this rat swarm has to come out of the bar area round this way. So over the search token and round and out. So anyway, but that's for later. This guy has now engaged, so that's its first action. And attack the adjacent hero with the least health remaining, which is Reg. So it's going to attack Reg. Rat Swarm has a green die. And that's all it has, a green die. And it does a single damage, but no surge. So there's no surge, that's pretty good. So, just 1 damage on Reginald. So we'll just put that here, point the little heart at him. So Reg has a single damage. Now if we go back to rat swarms, it says after this activation, each rat swarm performs a move action and retreats. So that's sort of additional. So if you're retreating, you get as far away as possible. So it's going to start from here, and its move is 3. Oh, it only had 3 move from here. So it started here, 1, 2, 3. It'd have had to have stopped there. So it wasn't here, but it was still adjacent, so no big deal. And it's going to go from here. It's going to go 1, 2, 3. And I think it will do that. So that's got it as far away from Reg as possible. Now it's minion number 2. Minion number 2 does exactly the same thing. It's going to engage a hero within 4 spaces, but it's got 3 movement. So what? It's going to start from back here. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, it can't make it. So remember, it can't go across this line, but it could start here and go 1, 2, 3. Yes, it's got to do that. So can get to here, and then obviously it expands because it's got a double bass. That's double bass, not as in the musical instrument, obviously. So he's essentially going to attack. He can attack because there isn't a red line here. So it's just going to attack Reg down there. And that's what it's going to do next. It's going to attack the adjacent figure. Again, single green die. Ooh, a damage and a surge. So first of all, let's get the damage. Reg is on 2. Remember, he's only got 4 health. Now, surges. Just got to tap on the app for rat swarms. Rat swarms spend surges in the following order. Feast. So, right, they will feast. So let's get the flick over. This attack gains plus X damage, where X is equal to the monster's remaining health. Well, the monster has 4 health. So essentially what's happened is this rat swarm crawled all over Reginald, and they've absolutely started gnawing him to the bone, so he's felt to bits again. So they have managed to get rid of Reg. So good stuff. Well done. Well done to the rat swarms. They've done what a lot bigger monsters couldn't do to Reg. They've took him down. So having done that, again it gets to move again, and it can. After this activation, each rat swarm performs a move action and retreats. So, I think it will actually go 1 to here. I think that's allowed. 2, 3. So, there. So it's gone 1, 2, 3, and got as far away as possible. I don't think it'd like to stay up here. It inhibits its movement. So I think we're alright for things to go past it. We've left a couple of lanes open, so I think we're fine. Right, so the minions have gone. So all minions have activated. And now we have the Master Rat Swarm. Master Rat Swarm, exactly the same as the others, in that it's going to get an extra move at the end of its activation. And going to retreat. But let's do its activation first. Engage the hero within 4 spaces. Well, there's nobody within 4 spaces, so we ignore that. Engage the closest hero. Well, the closest hero is now Grisburn. So again, if you recall, we've got to come out of here. So I'm going to start from here. 1. Then we can sort of cut the corner. 2, 3. I think they've only got... That's all the movement they've got, isn't it? 3, yeah. So it ends up here. Remember, well, that's as far as it can go anyway, but it won't be able to go on these 4 squares where the fountain is because it's an obstacle. attack the adjacent hero with the most health suffered. Well, it can't because there is no adjacent hero. Then we cycle through again and it's going to try and engage the closest hero again. So it's going to go from here and it's going to go 1, 2, 3, just short. So it's used both of its actions to move and try and engage. Hasn't quite made it. That's the end of its activation, but after the activation the rat's form has to perform a move action and retreat. So it's going to go back 3. So let's just put it back where it was. So saw it couldn't reach, thought I'm going to scoot back. I'll scoot back out of range. Right, so that is it for the rat swarms. They've all been activated. And now it's our go. Well, I think what we'll do here, it's not like Forgotten Souls. I think we can sort of set ourselves up a bit. So, what shall we do? I want to keep some lanes for shooting and stuff. I think Grisburn, first of all. Now, he is going to... yeah, he may as well move first. He's going to move first. He's got a movement of 3. So 1, 2, 3. He could spend a fatigue. So he's got charge. Move up to your speed and then perform an attack. Well, 1, 2, 3. He doesn't get near enough. He's going to spend a fatigue. So 1 fatigue. That puts him up to 3. And he's going to move 1. Then he's going to spend another fatigue, putting him up to 4. So he's at his limit for fatigue. And he is going to use charge. Oh no, he can't use charge. That's 2 fatigue. Damn it! So forget that. He's just used a single fatigue to move here. Oh, I'll take that one back because I didn't spend it. I only spent the 1. So he's used 1. So his first action will be a move. Go 1, 2, 3. He's going to go right next to this guy. Number 2 rat swarm. And he is going to attack it. He is going to spend his final fatigue now, because as part of his attack action he's going to use rage. And rage means he can perform attack with a melee weapon. His chipped great axe. This attack will gain +1 damage. So that's what he's going to do. Gets a red and a blue. And I think it's only a brown die, isn't it? For, yeah, it's only a brown die for the rat swarms. Aha! Come on, Grisburn, show everybody it's not just Reg. There's crisis of confidence for Grisburn. Reg is showing him up rather, so he's missed. So he's completely missed. And I don't think he actually got a surge there, did he? Oh, I can't remember. I'll just check the footage, see if he got a surge. No, he didn't even get a bloody surge, did he? Put your ideas up, Grisburn. This is poor. They'll get rid of you out of the group. They'll have Reg in instead. Right. So, at least anyway, he's put himself forward here. He now has his chainmail, so he should be able to soak up a tiny bit of damage. So that was Grisburn. And now we're going to get the Mariads to go. So let's have a look. What's their special thing this turn? Each Mariad attack may affect one additional hero within 2 spaces of that Mariad. So this is the thing where it wants to use those flailing tentacles. Minion Mariads to go first. Well, it's dead, so you can whiz past that. Again, Master Mariad, same thing. It'll be able to attack an additional hero within 2 spaces of him. So let's have a look. Engage the farthest hero who is within 6 spaces. Remember, we can't cut across here, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn it. It's going to get right in here, which I didn't want it to do. Ugh. So, within 6 spaces, its movement is only 3 though. So it does say the one within 6 space. Does it say the nearest hero? No, the farthest. So he's the nearest within 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Before I make a mistake, he's not within 6, is he? He is on 7, so he is not within 6 spaces. The only one that's within 6 spaces is Grisburn. So we've got to engage it. We can move through these models, so it could go 1, 2, 3, but it can't stand there. Yeah? Can't stand there. It can't go here, because this is an obstacle, so it can't cross onto the fountain. And obviously it can't sit directly on top of Grisburn, so it cannot go there. So it'll have to go another way. Go 1, 2, 3. And so it could go here. That way it's not on the fountain. But it is not quite. Mind you, it's got reach, I believe. Does have reach, so yes, it's going to go there. It can hit Grisburn. Can't hit anybody else, because that's over 2 spaces away. So each Mariad attack may affect 1 additional hero, is not going to count, but it can reach Grisburn. Grisburn is within range. Attack a hero. So it's going to attack Grisburn for its final action. The Master has a blue and a red, but remember we have chainmail, so we will get 2 grey die. Yay! Monsters missed 2, as well as Grisburn. They should form a club. And he got 4. He got 4 shields anyway. So well done, Grisburn. So the 2 actions the Mariad did there: engage the furthest hero within 6 spaces, which was Grisburn. Remember, Leoric was 7 spaces away, wasn't within 6. Couldn't go round this way because it couldn't find anywhere to stand, so it came around this way. But it does have reach, so it could attack from here. But it missed. So all Mariads have activated. So who've we got left? We've got Ashrian or Jain. I think our first to activate will be Jain. And what Jain is going to do is she's got no fatigue whatsoever, so she's going to spend 3. She's going to take 3 fatigue to move. We'll put them over there. And she's going to go, remember, we're avoiding these red borders, so she's going to go 1, 2, 3. She's going to go here. She's going to fire at the Master Mariad, who is 1, 2 away. And she's got the City Guard's bow, but she's also got Mana Weave if she needs it. So she will have a blue and a yellow die. The Mariad gets a black die. Come on, Jain, join in the fun. Ooh, that's not bad. 2 surges. So that's 2 hits. Oh, but he got two shields. But on a surge, we're going to use one of those surges to get +2. The range is fine, we've got a range of 3. So that surge we're going to get +2 damage. So that's cool. So we're using 1 surge for +2 damage. So that's 2 damage going on to the Master Mariad. We need to get 7, remember. And that means she's got a surge left over. So with a surge left over, she's going to recover 1 of the fatigue she spent in moving. And she's got another attack with her final action. Go on, Jain. Go on, something rubbish. 2. Well, that blocks that out. We didn't get a surge, but we did get 3. So we've got the range, another 2. So we've got 4 damage on the Master Mariad, which is pretty cool. And that is it for Jain. Jain has gone. So let's tap her portrait and end her turn. And next, it has to be Ashrian. And here's Ashrian. Now, she's got 3 fatigue, so she can't really move that far. Unfortunately, if she... Oh, it's a bit of a bummer, really, because she only had 2 fatigue. I could use 2 to move here. And she could have hit from here, because she's got the oak staff. But we're going to have to use a move. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 1, 2, 3. I've moved her up an extra 1. I don't want this guy moving in any more than he possibly can do. Oh, in fact, no. I'm going to stop there. I am going to stop there. I'm just thinking of the rat swarms. This way the rat swarms can't get around us because that's an obstacle and that corner is an obstacle. So they won't be able to get round us and attack Leoric, for example. In fact, I'm thinking ahead. We are going to move her here. Leoric's going to have to place Reg somewhere, isn't he? But no, actually no. Reg can go through friendly figures, so we could spawn him next turn here and he just walks through, doesn't he? Yes, that's fine. Yep, so we will keep it here. Right, she's going to attack. Remember, she's got reach, so she can hit the Master Mariad. So her final action is, again, it will be a blue and a yellow against a black die. Come on, Ash. Oh, damn. So we didn't get through because it rolled 3 defence, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a blow. Damn it! Right, so, but we did get a surge. She is going to spend a surge to get one of those fatigue. She's going to recover her fatigue, so she's down to 2 fatigue now. So, not a bad little round. And press her portrait and end her turn. Oh, something's happened. Let's get back to the app. We haven't killed them quick enough. Something's happened. Right, so something's turning up somewhere. Let's have a look. A scrawny group of goblin archers. Are you watching, Dave? Desert Raven Gamer? Your archers have arrived. Wander in from outside. Drawn by the ruckus. Place the goblin archer group on 60A. So we'll have to put it just here and sort of organise them all around here. Right, I'll just do that. Won't be a second. Okay, we've set them bad boys up. So let's just continue, see if there's anything else. Glancing at the skull of your reanimate. That's surprising, since it's been knocked out. You are startled to see an eager grin upon its face, a grin that disturbs even you. With a nod of your head, the reanimate charges forth. Place the necromancer's reanimate adjacent to any figure. The reanimate may immediately perform an attack. This must have something to do with that menhir thing that we visited. So, yeah, it must suddenly come back to life, and that's fine. So, we can put it adjacent to any figure. It's magically sprung up again. Well, what a surprise. We're going to put it back next to this Master Mariad. We'll go back to the tiles so you can see where I've put it, and see where I have put the goblin archers. Won't be a second. And here we are back at the board. So the goblin archers are over here. I set the master where the circle was pulsing, and then I took Evgeny's advice, and when I put everything adjacent to it, I put them in really awkward positions. So these 2 are here, and the other 2 are here. Let's just have a look at the sculpts. Again, pretty good. Lovely sculpts, aren't they? These are our little goblin archers. So there's 4 of those. We're keeping to group limits. I assume it didn't say anything else in the app. So group limits for 4 heroes are 4 minions, 1 master. Let's have a look at the card. So the minions, 5 movement. So they've got a lot of movement. Only 2 health though, which is good. They do have a grey defence die. I imagine that's because they're quick rather than well armoured. They can scamper, which I believe is move twice in a go, I think. And they are cowardly. So on a surge they get +1 range. They also get +1 damage. They roll a blue and a yellow die. They're ranged, obviously. Blue and a yellow die for the master as well. It's got scamper, but on a surge it can get +2 range or +2 damage. It also has 5 movement, but it has 4 health, and it also has a grey defence die. Let's have a look at scamper and cowardly. Scamper, this monster may move through spaces containing heroes. Ah, that's what that means. Nothing to do with going twice. Go! Cowardly. This monster cannot spend surges on abilities unless it is within 3 spaces of any master monster as a lieutenant. Right, so even the master rat swarm would count here. It says any monster, but if they're not within 3 spaces they won't spend surges. And there are the group limits. So as you can see, 4 minions, 1 master for 4 heroes. Right, so that's them. Reggie. Just put Reggie in here. He's gone. So he got knocked out here, but the eldritch magic of the standing stone has set him grinning, and it's reanimated him. Dun dun dun. So and he's attacking, and he's going to attack the Master Mariad. Gets a free attack. So Fury of Undeath still counts. Because, or does it? I'll take it that Fury of Undeath doesn't count because he's been knocked out once. So, and Leoric, he's exhausted it, so he won't get the extra yellow die. But we still get the black die and defense, and we get the blue and red for Reg. Come on, Reg. And it gets 5 damage. There's only 2 damage saved, so that is 3 damage going through onto the Mariad, and that's enough. It's got 4 damage, the extra 3 damage. Reg, who is now coming alive on his own, rather worryingly, has dispatched the Master Mariad, which is good for a couple of reasons. 1, because we want to get rid of the Master Mariad. There he goes. And 2, because we were running out of room for the cards. And now we've got a bit of room for cards. Excellent. So, Reg. What's happened to Reg? Dun, dun, dun. Let's go back to the app and see if he sort of turns on us or anything. This is worrying. And here we are back at the app. So let's press continue. He's done that attack. Oh, just new round. What we have got to do though is, I should have done it last round. We've defeated the Mariads. Confirm. The blubbery creature falls back into the fountain with a gargling roar. A moment later you hear a similar roar coming from the large set of doors that lead into the complex. This isn't good. Objective, investigate the inn. Continue. Oh, right. So what's disappeared then? The goblin archers are still there. Are the rat swarms still there? Yeah, everything's still there, but now we've got to go in here. But we've still got to finish all these guys off. So let's get back to the board. Right, so here we are at the board. I tell you what, seeing as it's a new round, we shall leave it here. I think we're well over 20 minutes anyway, and we've had a bit of action. And we've got Goblin archers have just come on the board. We did manage to defeat the Mariads though. We've got a new objective, which is to open this door and get into the inn. But before we can do that, Goblin archers have got to go down, and these rat swarms. We've had something disturbing happen with Reg. Reg is now getting up by himself, which is a bit disturbing. So, but that's what it said in the app. Said he started grinning and started moving. So Reg gets back up. There was nothing in the actual text to say only if it was, you know, already on the board. So I take that to mean that even if it was knocked out, it got up again. So, which I think is quite thematic and cool. Despite the fact it helps us out, it's still pretty cool that he gets up. So whatever happened with that standing stone is a bit of a worry. I'm sure Leoric's a bit worried. But I think as well I was right on how I played it in that he no longer had Fury of Undeath. I think that's fair enough. The magic that made him get back up again, fair enough, but I don't think he would have kept Fury of Undeath. That would have had to have been cast again by Leoric. And it wasn't Leoric's go, so he couldn't. So it's these guys to go next turn. Probably Leoric, because that gives us a chance for Wrecking Ball Reggie to march on and hopefully start putting a hurting on all those rat swarms. Then we've got to try and kill off all these archers, and we've got a couple of search tokens to pick up. We'll have to be quick, I think, because otherwise we'll just get a load of extra monsters appearing on the board. So we're going to have to get a bit of a scoot on and start trying to get take some of these guys out, I think. But yes, so a bit weird with Reg and a bit worrying, but no doubt it will unfold as the sort of adventure goes on. So I'm interested to see what's going on. I hope it's a benign presence that's helping us, that's all I can say. Right, anyway, so that is it for turn 5 of Descent, Journeys in the Dark, 2nd edition, Road to Legend, and the Rise of All Goblins app, where I'm pleased to announce we've actually met some goblins. I'm sure Dave, Desert Raven Gamer, is chuffed to bits, and so am I. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks very much for subscribing. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the hints, tips, and rules corrections. And again, as I say every episode, if you spot something I've done wrong, please let me know and I can do my best to fix it. Thanks so much to everybody as well that has gone across to Board Game Links to upvote the site. We've now got 153 likes, I think, upvotes, and that's amazing. We're about 27th or something. So thank you so much for everybody who's gone across there to do that. It is much appreciated. And I hope you join me next time for turn 6. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, saying toodaloo.